this is a different scene for filming, I guess. You guys are probably used to a little more garbage recording, but I'm here at my house, so I'm actually going to be having a little more formal sit-down video for you guys today because I'm not in Salt Lake, which is kind of nice. So as you guys probably already found out in the description, this video is about Nintendo Switch games that you guys are going to want to have. And again, if you haven't already picked up a Switch, then refer to my last video on Sean's Corner on our playlist. If that doesn't convince you, then maybe this video will, because I'm going to go over a few of the games that I personally got. And guys, these games I've really had to think on before I purchased them, because there's so many games that have come out on the Switch that are games I would love to play. But again, no time, no money. So these are the games that I have personally sat down before impulse bought them and decided, you know what, these games are worth the money. These games are games I want to put my money into and games that I want to show you guys on our channel. So you can decide if these are games that you actually want to purchase as well. That way you guys don't have to take money out of your own wallets. So guys, let me suffer for you, and I will tell you whether I like the games that I've purchased or whether I don't. Spoiler alert, I do. First off on the list, I'm going to start with the game I just have been playing most recently. That is Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse 2. I'm going to sit back a little further so you guys can see these games a little better. This game I've played most recently, just today actually, because I've been getting heckled by my buddy, who is one of my only other friends that has purchased a Switch, close friends anyway. Now the reason that I picked up this game originally was because my buddy Ty wanted me to pick this game up and try it out. I hadn't been the biggest Dragon Ball Z fan really in my life. When I was younger, I watched the cartoons a little bit, but I have a few friends that are super big into the series, and one of them is Ty, and he had me pick up the game and really wanted me to try it out so we can play online together, which I haven't done too much of that, to be honest. Other games have stolen my time. But this game is really fun, in all honesty. I've played through a lot of it, and it's super fast-paced game. It's honestly crazy fast-paced. But the gameplay is super exciting. The story mode is really enticing. They've taken a fun twist on the original Dragon Ball Z story and added a twist, I guess. So for those of you that have watched the cartoon in the past, you'll catch up on that. For those of you who haven't, you'll enjoy the story anyway. Picking this game up for what I did, I think I paid $25 for it when it was on sale over Black Friday. So for that price, I would say this game definitely is worth it. For me, I know for others, they would pay probably up to $50 probably to play this game. It has a lot of content. Right off the bat, I would just advise it's a little bit slow to start. There's a tutorial section that takes a little bit of a curve to get used to, and the map is a little bit kind of interesting at first. I think I didn't know how to upgrade my character for a good, halfway through the story, and so it was a lot harder for me. So make sure you upgrade your guy while you're going through the game, and it'll be a lot less hard for you. Moving through these kind of quick because I have a lot to go through. Zelda Breath of the Wild. If you don't know about this game yet, then you have not gotten on your computer or been on the internet at all, because this game is amazing. 10 out of 10 on IGN. It won the 2017 Best Game of the Year award. Honestly, guys, it's an amazing Zelda game. Amazing game, for that matter. If you haven't picked up Zelda, if you haven't tried it, if you know someone that has a Switch and has the game, please just have to try this game. It's unreal. The open world aspect of the game is amazing. And yes, it is different from other Zelda games, and so that is something you have to take into consideration. Maybe you don't like how it plays. I really doubt that, but but it's something that we haven't seen before from Zelda games, but it's a good change. And that's what the creators of Zelda have wanted to do, is to keep the same story in a way, keep the same characters, but make it different. And that's definitely what they've done. Okay, moving on. A multiplayer game that is totally fun. It's actually a game that my wife, who does not play video games, really enjoyed. It's Snipper Clips Plus, and it's the Cut It Out Together edition, which is the, I guess you could say, special edition. This game is really just a blast. The concept is really intriguing. You're basically these two little guys that have to cut each other out and make a shape so you can solve these different puzzles. And you have to work together with the other person that has the other Joy-Con or the other controller. And it's a fun party game. If you're not one for party games, maybe this isn't for you, but most of us who've had Nintendo consoles in the past, especially if you had a Wii or Wii U, you know that a lot of these games are meant for grabbing your friends, grabbing your family, your loved ones, whoever, and playing these games together. So Snipper Clips plus Cut It Out Together, definitely worth the money. Next is Skyrim. I feel like I've touched on this game a little bit. Skyrim's been out forever, guys. It's super fun. This is the Switch edition, comes with Dawnguard, Hearthfire, and Dragonborn. Another game from Bethesda, like Doom. And yeah, we've already probably purchased this game on more than one console, but having this on the Switch, and again, I didn't want to buy this game at first because I knew that I'd already played it before. Playing portable with this was unreal. I mean, really any game playing on the Switch is fun because it's portable, but Skyrim was really unique. And I know that's what it was pushed as, that's what it was advertised as, but playing it firsthand in a portable way was just unreal. Game is fantastic. It's old, yes. It's like 6 years old, but it's such a fun game. Doom. Bethesda, like Skyrim, ported over to the Nintendo Switch, and it was ported really, really well, just like Skyrim was. Really impressed with this game. I never had this on another console before, so that's why I wanted to pick it up. And also just to support other companies, other third parties, to actually invest in the Switch. Guys, this game is madness. Madness. Basically, you're on Mars, there's a bunch of aliens, and it's shoot 'em up. One thing I do want to hit on this game is that the multiplayer is fantastic. Especially for the Switch without having a ton of online shooters, obviously. Playing online with this game is super fun. I've never had any time where I haven't been able to hop onto a match right away. So Doom, definitely worth the money. Super exciting game. If you haven't played it like I hadn't before the Switch, then I would recommend picking it up for the Switch. Guys, we've already talked about Xenoblade Chronicles 2. It's an amazing game. So many people have reviewed it. So many people have talked about it. I'm not really going to hit on it anymore, but I haven't gotten to play it a lot. However, I am looking forward to playing this more. This is the one that's next on my list since I've already beaten most of these other games. So, more to come later about this. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just let other people handle that. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. A ton of people will tell you this is worth the money. So, take it as you will. If this is your kind of game, definitely worth the money. Guys, besides Super Mario Odyssey, which my brother has currently, these are all of my physical games that I have for the Switch, which for 1 year, honestly, this is probably more than most other consoles I've ever owned. Next, I want to move into digital games, guys. I have a few digital games that I really love that I purchased that didn't have physical copies yet. I'm really a physical copy guy, but I love the digitals that I have, and so we're going to get into those. Alright guys, so on my digital list, the first one I have is Snake Pass. You can see I'm downloading NBA Playgrounds right now. That is something I'll probably show in another video, not today. But Snake Pass, if you haven't heard of it before, it's a very interesting game. The art style is really fun. It kind of reminds me of a lot of the old Rare games that played on the Nintendo 64 back in the day. So I'm just going to show you a little bit of the gameplay here. But basically, you're Snake, your name's Noodle, and you have a little buddy that follows you around, and he's a hummingbird. And it's really just like a puzzle finding game. You go to each level and you have to collect a certain amount of things to be able to move on to the next level. And the biggest and the funnest part about this game is you really have to actually move like a snake. As you can see me moving back and forth, I'm not just pressing a button to go forward. I actually have to move the Joy-Con back and forth. Or if you're using a actual controller, you have to move the joystick back and forth. And it's really interesting how it moves with the vibration, especially with the HD rumble. You really get a different feel from the game. And it's really what makes this so enjoyable and what makes this game so unique. Next on the list is Stardew Valley. If you haven't heard of this game yet, then I'm pretty surprised. The game originally started on the PC and then was ported over to the Switch. And it has been one of the most popular indie games that you can get on the Switch. You are basically a guy who lived in the city, and you get a letter from your grandpa who passes away, and he is given, in his will, he gives his farm to you, which is in Stardew Valley. And you're just this little farmer, you're going around, you kind of build up this farm from the ground up. It's a lot like Harvest Moon as far as the farming and kind of building your community aspect, but it definitely has a twist on it, and I guess it's just similar. It's not totally alike, but I get some of the same vibes from it. And in the game, there's so much you can do. I put, I think, close to 50 hours into this game, and I'm not even close to being done. I think I'm only on year 2. And I'm pretty sure that Brian has put even more hours into that. You can go into mines and obviously mine things, but you also fight monsters, and you get to do pretty much whatever you want each day, but it's up to you and how you want to build your character. And that's what really makes this game so special, unique, and really fun, obviously, because I put way too much time into this. Alright, moving on, we have Overcooked. This is another game that was ported over to the Switch. I think it originally started on the Xbox or the PlayStation 4, I'm not quite sure. But this game, like I talked about before on my last video, it is so fun. Definitely a game you want to play with friends and family. Anywhere to 2 to 4 people that you can play with. You can play one person as well. It's just a lot more challenging. And really the whole point of this game is to work with others. Much like Monopoly, this is a game that you're probably going to get in some fights with because you have different people doing different chores and different people with different responsibilities. And so, you know, you have to get out the onion, you have to pass the onion over, you have to cut the onion, you have to get it back into the soup, you have to cook the soup. Once you get on the plate, you have to send it out. The plates will come back, you have to wash the plates. And so everybody has a duty, but basically it's just cooperative and it's really fun to play. And the game is totally worth the money. Okay guys, next on the list is Rocket League. Now Rocket League was already really popular. I know it won some awards already for being on, I think, the PC, and I know on PlayStation and the Xbox. But this game's been ported over to the Switch, like many others, and it is one of the best online games you can play on the Switch. Basically the concept is you're a car, and it's car soccer. Instead of being, you know, running around like normal soccer, you're hitting this giant ball into these giant goals, and you're trying to defend it. It's usually a team of 2 to 3, and there's a lot of different types of games that you can play within this. So there's even the hockey one, there's a few others. But this game is super competitive. People are really big into this online. There's a really big community for it. And overall, it's just a really exciting, fast-paced game. Something that's totally worth the 20 bucks I think I paid for it as a digital download. As you can see, everybody's just flying around, and honestly, people get pretty good at this game. I haven't put enough time and effort into this that I wish I could, but it's always a fun game to just pick up whenever you want, and if you have some Wi-Fi, or even if you don't, if you just want to do local play or just play an exhibition game. Definitely worth the money. One of my favorite games to pick up and play. Definitely one that you want to pick up. Alright, and last but not least, Celeste. Now, Celeste is a game that just came out recently, and it's really exciting. I wasn't sure if I was going to pick it up, but this game had unreal reviews right off the bat, and I've never been one to really play a lot of platformer games, which are, I mean, basically this, as you can see, it's a lot of side-scrolling, 2D, kind of, you almost think of it, for most of you, you should know Mario, the original Mario games. And so you're just trying to get through these levels, and there's lots of dying. You're just constantly dying, trying to get past each level, trying to move forward to the next part of the map. What I love about this game is the story. Now, that's really what this has been praised for. This game has had so many awesome reviews for the music and for the gameplay itself, but especially for the story. And I'm not going to ruin it for you, because I really think if you have a Switch, you need to pick this game up. Out of the few platformers that I have played, this one's definitely been the most enticing. The money spent on this game was definitely worth it. And out of all the games recently that I've played, this is definitely one that I would recommend the most. Guys, that's about it for what I have. Again, I did download NBA Playgrounds, but I have not gotten a chance to really play that yet. Maybe I'll show that to you guys later in the future. But yeah, that's my digital downloads that I have on my Switch. Well, everyone, it's the end of this video. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and again, always comment. Let me know what you guys think below. Let me know what games you guys think are worth purchasing on the Switch, or that are must-haves, and let me know what you think about my collection, which games that you guys personally love as well. More videos like this every Friday, and we'll see you guys next week. That is not my normal ending, is it? As always, with the Switch, we'll see ya.